1.
Are you a sociable person in need of a job? Well, bartending just might be the job for you. As a bartender, your experiences are endless. Just the other week, I met someone here in the US from Hong Kong on a 2-month-long business trip. As a bartender, your main priorities are to keep everybody safe that's sitting at your bar, of age to drink alcohol, and receive the drink that they asked for in a timely manner. At the start of a shift, a few of the things that you want to make sure that is stocked are glasses, liquor, bottled beer, you have enough cut fruit for garnish, ice, and a register to give the proper amount of change back when people pay with cash. Anytime you work in the restaurant industry, you need to have a ton of patience, and this specifically goes for bartending because you are dealing with intoxicated people. Also, having an outgoing personality will help you increase your tips and how much money you walk out with at the end of the night. When you have an outgoing personality and a bubbly personality that can conversate with people while you're bartending, you're going to create friendships and relationships with the people that come in to see you, and eventually maybe create some regulars that always come in when you're bartending. When customers first come up to the bar, a group of 4 or 5 people per se, you want to greet them with a smile and ask what you can help them with. Depending on the type of establishment, they either may already know what they want or may ask to see a drink menu, so you want to be able to provide that with them if requested. A couple things to note when to be a good bartender is to have a good memory, urgency, and be attentive. For memory, when you go up to a group of 4 or 5 people, you're not going to be standing up there with a pen and paper writing down their drink orders like a server would at a table. You are going to be able to have to remember what they asked for. If they want a vodka martini extra dirty with 30 rocks on the side, and a Manhattan no vermouth up with Maker's Mark, you need to be able to remember that and make their drinks in a timely manner. As for urgency, this goes by saying that bartending is a very fast-paced profession. You need to be quick on your feet and get the drinks out in a timely manner, because at the end of the day, that's going to make or break the people's attitudes towards you as a bartender and make or break your tips. Also, something you should know is try to upsell. You need to know the difference between your well shelf liquor or your top shelf liquor. For instance, when someone asks for a vodka martini and you know that Bankers Club vodka is worse than Grey Goose because there's probably like a $4 difference, you're going to want to start saying the top shelf liquor and start descending down to the well shelf. You want people to buy the top shelf liquor because it's higher priced, which increases your tips. Everything in bartending, that's what you're making. Tips are everything. So if you are putting in the effort to upsell food from the restaurant you work at, all those are going to play into how much you walk out with at the end of the night. Another huge responsibility is you are dealing with drunk people. So driving intoxicated is highly dangerous and highly illegal. So you need to monitor everybody at the bar. As a bartender, it's kind of widely known to keep your head on a swivel so that you are going down, looking at drinks, and looking at the people to make sure everyone is safe and okay. Driving drunk is the number one, is super, super dangerous. And as a bartender, if you see someone that is intoxicated and can no longer take care of themselves, slowly stop serving them, hand them a water, and kind of monitor their drinking and make sure that they sober up. As a bartender, you also need to assume that everybody in the bar that's sitting at the bar is intoxicated, because the only 2 people, or the only people that are sober, is the people behind the bar, you as a bartender. Another number one thing as a bartender you will need to do is keeping track of money, counting money, going in and out of the register, and credit cards. Some people may hand you a credit card and ask you to keep a tab open. That's your responsibility to take care of that credit card. They're giving you a form of payment and you need to keep track of it. Another thing is being attentive also goes with keeping accurate tabs. So if anyone has been to a bar, there's usually a slip of bar mats that when a beer or a glass is placed without anything on top of it, that means they would like another beer. If there's a coaster or napkin on top of the glass or beer bottle, that means that they want to tap out. You are not going to be going up to one person, and if they want another beer, you're not going to grab their beer and go right over and bring it in. You are going to go from left to right around your bar, make sure everybody has a drink, then go up to the register, cash in everything, and make sure that your tabs are up to date and with the proper amount of liquor that is being handed out. Because at the end of the day, not only are you taking money out of your own pocket, but your employer, and your employer is losing money by you just handing out liquor. As for closing, basically it varies from establishment to establishment, and you need to clean the bar. Bar top, bar mats, they all need to be run through the dishwasher, and this, like I said, varies from to little to the most that your employer will require you to do. Specifically at my job, one of the things that we have to do is we have to empty out a wine cooler and wipe it out and then put everything back. But closing can vary from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how busy it was, how many people works behind the bar, and how cleanly you are when you work. Lastly, I wanted to talk about is uniforms. Depends on the establishment, like I said. Most of what you do as a bartender depends on how they want you making drinks and everything, but we wear a polo collared shirt, and they also require us to wear non-slip shoes. These are pretty standard now in the restaurant industry because of being sued and everything. But when you're making drinks and you're filling a tumbler with ice to shake a martini and ice goes everywhere, all that ice is going to melt on the floor and create a slippery floor. And so these non-slips help you from slipping, and it allows you to be efficient and still be fast-paced while being safe. So this is the life of a bartender.